be kind of fun.
As long as it's something.
Yeah. And then we can sit here and we can talk and see how long it takes for people to start paying attention. Milo is starting to pay attention. Nobody else is starting to pay attention. We'll see. And have you noticed how attendance is starting to dwindle? Because people are like, I can just watch this on the video. Why do I have to show up for class?
But then they can't see my nails.
Ooh, see, that's a good reason that they should show up for class.
The real reason is record temperatures for April.
I know. Everybody's out like, you know, hopefully you bastards are watching this from your iPad by the lake.
I drank a Corona in the park between classes and I'm still here.
Yeah, see? You're a trooper like that. I appreciate that. So. So anyway, where we were is, so we created content with WordPress, right? Okay. And then we edited and formatted some of that text in WordPress. I'm just lecturing you and Milo. Everybody else is like.
Oh, are you starting now?
Bree, I wish you could see the look on his face right now. It's priceless. Yeah, when you did that to me in my office, Mark was in there. I'm like, oh, you just missed, and I'm like, do it again, and you didn't. You were gone.
I was gone to drink a beer in the park.
It was just,
And I did.
Nice.
it was awesome.
What do you do?
He just came, all of a sudden. So here's my window, and all of a sudden I see.
See where you're gonna miss when you get your shade.
I'm saying. You could do what I do to my wife. Like if she's in the bathroom, I'll start slowly kind of putting my arm into the end. Right? Especially sometimes she's in there without her glasses on, and she doesn't find that funny. Okay.
I think we all find it funny.
Yeah. I love you, sweetie, is what I'm saying. Anyway, so we talked about creating content with WordPress, editing and formatting text. So now what we need to do is upload and use images in WordPress, and then from our pages that we, and postings, but mainly our pages, what we are going to do then after that is then set up the navigation schema that will be pulled by our theme. So to start out with, if we go to then my uploading and using images in WordPress. So I am going to, if you need a sample image, you are welcome to download this image temporarily. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. Graduation, student drive, WEB170, PSD. And this is where a lot of times I will, so if I go back again, just for a little bit of file management, is what I do is, again, I typically have an AI folder, a PSD folder, and an HTML folder. The PSD folder basically is any Photoshop type document, including JPEGs, GIFs, PNGs, any kind of pixelated document. AI basically is any Illustrator document and or PDF compatible file, editable file that you might have saved from your working files. But anyway, I'm going to go ahead and save this in my PSD folder and not save that. So let me ask it like this. Why might I have saved it in the PSD folder versus saving it inside the images folder in my theme?
Not part of your theme?
That is a fantastic answer. Yes, it is not part of my theme, meaning it is not an image that I am using as part of like a background or any kind of design element that I'm using in my theme. It is a piece of content that we are uploading to the content management system. Okay, so therefore, if I put this in my themes folder, right, it would just be kind of a waste of space, because ultimately, let's say it like this. So if you're just normally doing work on your computer and you have files all over the place and you need to store your files for future things, like for instance, when I am doing my lectures and I then take a screenshot like this to use as content in my not my theme, but in my website, here's where it actually gets stored once I upload it. So the end result will be that if I open this link in a new tab, it is then going to show me that I have uploaded this in a folder called 2009, in a folder called 07, and here is then the file name. Okay? Meaning, if I go to let's just say any one of these images for one of my blogs, right? It is a piece of content. It has nothing to do with my theme or the design of my website. Yes, it may be branded and stylized for my site, but it is still a piece of content, right? So again, if I open this in a new tab and I look at it, it is in the uploads folder in a 2014, in an 11 folder, and its name is this.png. So ultimately, if then I go to the Dreamweaver, and we are here on my remote server for premiumdw.com, and I look into WP content, there is going to be, if I look at my themes folder, this is where the theme lives for my website. Again, we have the plugins folder. This backup folder right there is, you can see where sometimes, I think the plugin that I was using, I'm not using the same one anymore, but that's where my SQL databases were getting backed up at one time. There is also this folder that Billy Gibbons has placed there. Thank you. Thank you very much. One person got that.
ZZ Top.
ZZ Top. Billy Gibbons. Dwayne, you get an A for today.
Thank you.
This is basically old plugins. Then there's this uploads folder. That in this uploads folder then, images that you upload through the content management system can get stored in looks like I haven't uploaded anything in a long time. There we go. So WordPress just starts automatically, from what I understand, just making folders chronologically as part of the just being WordPress. But here is where, remember when we talked about original images and the other size images, etc., right? So this is where I have uploaded then an original image, featured Jet City Improv website design development PNG, and then WordPress made the 800 by 515, a 768 by 494, a 300 by 193, and a 220 by 160 file out of it. So what I want to do then is, now that I've downloaded an image and basically put it in a folder where I'm just going to then, like I said, store images on my hard drive that then I am going to use as content. That's where then, if I logged in here, I can then go to my media library, where this is where I can upload images. So if we looked in then my business website, and I went to my media library, this is where you can see then all the files that I have, or all the images that I have uploaded to the dashboard or to the system that I can then use within the system of this WordPress install for my business site. So you can see here that, remember the Regenerate Thumbnails plugin that I had? I totally remember that, Mike. So it's active, so if I wanted to at any time regenerate thumbnails for this single image, I could do so, right? If I go to edit this one, then we can see where this URL or where this file will live in the system, meaning, oops, in the 2014-11 folder, etc. This is where I can give this image a title. I can give this image a caption. I can give it alternative text used by the alt value or the alt attribute as the value of the alt attribute, and I can give it a description. So when I was talking to you about remember how I've talked about pulling in the title, the image, the caption, the description for the flex slider or for a post, etc., etc. Well, let's go to the one for my flex slider on the home page. Is this big enough up on the screen? Can people see it? Yeah? For those of you at home, can you see it? So if I say then get attachment image full, right? I'm saying get the original size image that I uploaded. If I am saying then get post field post content, that gets the description field. Let's see. I don't think I'm really using many other fields in that one. Oh yeah, excerpt, that, well. Anyway, long and the short of the story. For those of you at home, I hope you just took a drink. Is that one way, shape, or form, that's the one, one way, shape, or form. Look, right? It's not the long and the short of it. It's one way, shape, or form. You can access the image in its different sizes. You can access the title for said image. You can access the caption, the alt text, and the description to do whatever you want with, okay? Now, in the description, you can also pass HTML tags through there. So, for instance, on my home page, on some of these where I have the read case study right there, that is being brought in via, so here are the ones, this one right here, this one right there. I don't think those have case studies. Let's see. Here it is. So this one right here is for the spotlights in my home page, and this is where then I'm getting the description field, like I said, from that function. I said get the description. So it is then getting this text right here that I have passed HTML into it, including a read case study link, right? So sometimes you have to kind of manipulate things within the form fields and be creative, right? And if I left this for a client to edit, they would probably screw it up. But because it's me, you know, and I know how to deal with it, then therefore, for that one, read case study, it's all in a block quote. So therefore I can pass information through like that, okay? So what we're going to do then here is library here and say add new. I can drop files anywhere to upload. I can say select files. I can say graduation, open. There it is. I can then select it and say title. So in terms of alt text, right? This is where you would want something to be search engine optimized, or if you want to say SEO friendly or whatever. Meaning, if this was one of my images that I was uploading to one of my blog postings that described a certain thing, this is then where I would want to describe something meaningful, let's just say. I could also put in a description here that could be the same as the caption, could be different, right? Once I do that and I close, it should be saved. And if and when then I want to say pages, I am going to go to my About page. And this is where If I wanted an image as part of content in my page, right, like in a blog posting or something, this is where I could then say add media. As well, I could upload files straight from this posting or this page. Wait.
Is the alt text also where screen readers would
Correct.
get the content to read?
Correct. It is basically the alt attribute or the value for the alt attribute,
Okay.
Which is used in many different ways. One way is screen reader. Another way is if the image doesn't actually load, it is the alternative text. A third way is the Google machine uses that for search engine optimization.
Okay.
So here, I could then go ahead and insert another piece of media if I wanted to, right?
Does Google image search use the alt or the file name or both?
All of it.
You know?
The Google image search will use surrounding, here's what I understand. Again, I'm guessing. This is my best guess. But they are using surrounding text, surrounding copy of the image. Meaning if you search for a term, it is likely that it's going to show you images that it has found text in the body copy, and there's an image that is near it. File names, alt attributes. Yeah. So I can upload a new file if I wanted to, or I could go to my media library and choose this image. And if I chose this image, you can see that it is going to place a 1024 by 768 image, because when I uploaded this, that's the large size image. Or actually, sorry, this right, oh, damn it. Let me insert into page. And if I want to then edit this one again, this is where I can select from full size, large size, medium size, thumbnail size. Okay, I thought my full size, my large size was 1024. Interesting. Huh. Or a custom size if we chose a custom size. Okay, I can align it left, center, right, or none. If I align it left, right? So if I then say I'm going to choose medium and align it left, and I say update, and I go ahead and update this, and I view the page. Here's what actually happens when you align it left. How is it actually being aligned left? Correct. So if I inspect image, here's how it actually is working. Div, class, WP caption, meaning it has a caption on it. Align left. So when we get into building our own theme, what we are going to have to do is, there are a bunch of different classes that the WordPress out-of-the-box system uses. Ones that we can see right now, because we just uploaded an image, is WP caption and align left. So if we have not set any kind of style in our style sheet for WP caption or align left, it's not going to do anything. So when we build our own theme from scratch, here's my point of the story. When we build our own theme from scratch, we are going to have to make classes of align left and WP caption, so on and so forth. Okay. So there is, when we get to that lecture, I will show you a set of core WordPress classes that you will want to include in your style sheet for your theme. Does that make sense?
Did you say the word core on purpose?
No. Yes. I did not say WordPress core. I said a core set of classes. Two different things. Meaning.
Does it relate to the WordPress core anyway?
In any way, shape, or form does it relate to WordPress code?
No.
Okay.
No, it does not. I see what you're saying.
You said the word core, so
Right.
I was like, wait.
Here's what I'm saying. I applaud your red flag. In terms of, hey, wait a second. I'm paying attention. You said something I shouldn't be doing, and you asked.
He also said anyway, shape, or form.
He did. He did. And I hope Bree is drinking right now.
I said any way, shape, or form, not one way, shape, or form.
Ooh.
That's what I said. I just wanted to, like,
You guys should take this to Facebook. Right?
Don't forget to tag him.
Yep, exactly. I think that post got deleted, by the way,
By who?
by the person who tagged me, because his friends kept on piling up on me, and I kept on being a dick when they were piling up on me. And I kept on calling them out for tagging me in the first
It wasn't
place.
just that he sobered up. Sometimes that happens.
No, it's because they were saying, dude, chill out, bro. And I was like, you shouldn't have tagged me in the first place.
All right, we've spent too much time on this already.
All right, it's on video too. If anybody wants to review that tape. Okay. What were we talking about? Anyhow, so here is me putting in the medium-sized image. I could go back and say, edit this page, and then I could choose this image again, and I could say edits, and I could then say large size, none, meaning no floats. I could link it to the media file. I could link it to an attachment page. I can also put in my own link if I wanted to, or I could say none. Typically, let's just link to the media file. It's a good safe bet. So if I do that and update it, depending on the theme settings, again, it is now, this theme is using that size image, and it's responsive. Sweet, that looks good. Okay. So again, to review, because I have to go back to my lecture notes to see if I hit the bullet points. Because again, I'm not paying attention, I'm just doing stuff willy-nilly, right? Or I like to say I'm just doing stuff willy-nilly, because that makes me laugh. So media settings, again, you want to set your large, medium, and thumbnail sizes. And again, if and when you redesign your theme, you would want to redo those settings and regenerate thumbnails for those settings, and we'll do that down the road. Again, the typical sizes that you want to use for your blog are, again, oh, look at that. I actually linked to thumbnail, medium, large. So if you're wondering why I chose the sizes I did here, again, because I'm using the 960 grid system, right? I use 220 as one size. I use 300 as another size. I might use 620 as another size, so on and so forth. So those are the reasons why I chose the width settings. I'm going to double check on this. God damn it, I bumped the thing.
You still like them. Oh.
Yeah, but I bumped it.
Oh, okay. Usability.
So why are you correcting that? So did you set your large image at 960 then, or 124 by 768?
In this case, I was using since I am using a preset theme,
Okay.
I'm not worrying about setting my image sizes right now. I'm just showing you the default image sizes out of the box.
Okay. That makes sense.
Yeah, so I think what's happening here, I talked to the tech everybody. I keep on bumping this thing right here. and it changes on me. Let's test that.
Or pushing the button.
Well, that doesn't look like that's the case. Huh, interesting. Weird. I'll just have to make sure to check that, because that's really going to get on my nerves. Like that. So again, we will see that we can edit, again, the 4 associated fields: title, caption, alt text, description. If and when we want to insert an image into the page, we hit the Add Media button up here, and that's where we can choose from the media library. We can choose to upload a file right there. In other words, if you're working on a posting, do you really want to go back to the media library to upload a file and then go back to the posting to insert it? Or do you want to just be able to do it all in one, right? So again, when you upload files, you can also see that you can upload a file. You can also insert from a URL if you want to, right? For instance,
It's creepy.
yeah. But if I wanted to use this, let's just put it in the contact page. Why not? So I can say add media. I can say insert from a URL. Insert into page. Update. And now if you want to contact me, you have to get past SpongeBob.
I'm never going to contact you again.
Exactly. Exactly. I do these things on purpose.
I don't see what's so ironic.
Nothing.
Yeah,
But that's one of my favorite memes of all time that I've unleashed on people.
SpongeBob.
Here's the thing.
Or irony where there's no irony.
Remember when we were side story here, everybody? So remember when I sent that one meme through the email about no, you can't unsubscribe?
Yes.
Okay. And then I had 2 people after that ask me to unsubscribe.
Yes.
I really wish I would have responded with this meme, but instead I just responded by saying, oh, the irony. And then I went and looked up irony memes, and I was hoping nobody else asked to unsubscribe. But this meme, I've been wanting to use this meme on people. I have not yet had a chance to, so I had to do it here. And it means nothing. It means nothing right here.
Contact page.
What?
Contact page.
Contact.
Bit of an awkward place to mention irony.
Yeah, it means nothing, but it's an example of being able to use a photo from the interwebs that is both entertaining and classroom appropriate.
Do I have to have my grandson contact you?
What?
Do I have to have my grandson contact you?
That would be ironic, yes, but that's probably not necessary. So going back to here, then again, what you can do is set your title, your caption, description, link URL. You can align something to float left, float right, set the center. You can choose the display size, etc. Now your page has an image. Woo, I covered all the bullet points on that page. Yay. Let's see if we're still on the screen. Yep. Oh, it's going to make me mad if it's going to do that again.
Oh yeah, I think I remember why you're doing this now, because last time you switched from sharing your desktop to going to the actual camera.
Right.
That was what you were.
And that's, so, yes, yes. And so it's done it to me twice now. And I've talked to Neat about it. And they said maybe I'm bumping this thing and it's doing it. So I don't know why it's doing it.
I thought that thing controls the projector, not your camera.
Precisely. I don't know. Let's see if I touch the camera. So what I thought about doing is, let's test this. We got time. No. There we go. Screen share. Yeah, it's going to be really annoying. I don't know why I did it, but something for everybody or the need to figure out. So moving on, talk about what we should be talking about at this point in time. I'm sure you guys are all well aware of how easily you can distract me to talk about something else.
It's just fun to talk about nonsense.
It is, especially when SpongeBob is in there. Okay, so let's talk about navigation menus in WordPress. Okay, so what we're going to do is, again, if we have a set of pages, right? About, blog, contact, portfolio, logos, print, websites, etc. Let's go to my business site and say, for my main navigation up here, right? And if I take this into responsive view, you can see that there actually is sub-navigation in there. So what I've done is, in other words, if we are here and I inspect this, you can see that I do indeed have a submenu system in there. So if I looked at the services list item here, there actually is a submenu there that I've set to display none. There they are. There they are. I was going to have drop-down menus on my website, on my business website. They didn't look right to me. So I said, nah, but they're still there. So what I did to get this menu system set up to actually work is in the dashboard, under appearance, under menus, this is where we can edit and manage our locations for menus, right? So first of all, first and foremost, here's what I'm saying. What was the other one? Can't remember. The long and the short of it is.
One way, shape, or form.
One way, shape, or form, that's it. You're in charge of that one, I'm just pointing at you. So we have then, we can set up different menu systems, right? That we can use in different places. So typical menu systems that we might use are our main menu. We could also set up a submenu if we wanted to. I typically do submenus a different way, and I'll show you how I do them later. But we can also do a footer menu. So what I mean by that is, I'm going to have to keep on going back and checking this like I'm an OCD guy. So If then we look at my site, this is the main menu up there. And this is the footer link menu. Okay. So here in, if we go back and visit site here, this Princess theme looks to just be using a menu system kind of the old way, because what I have not done here in Princess is, if I go to Appearance and go to Menus, I have not set up any menu system right now. So remember when I went and checked the 2016 theme, and I activated that, and I looked at it, and I don't see any pages, right? I'm assuming pages would end up over here in their new theme. Actually, I don't like this theme. Let's go and do 2015. This is the one that I'm more familiar with. So there should be a menu system over here, but it's not there. If we go back to my demo, this one that's in the WordPress folder, I have this menu system there. But if we go back to my WordPress Spring 15 demo that we're doing in here, and if I go to themes and enable the same theme that I was using in my original demo, and we say activate, and we visit site. Okay, so this is what Princess is doing. Kind of. Where Princess has, in other words, the menu is displaying, but it's displaying without any, it's displaying without setting up the menu system. In other words, remember when I said that if we look at my school website here, I didn't set up the menu system in the WordPress dashboard. I'm just pulling these using, not necessarily the old way of doing it, but for all practical purposes, the old way of doing it, using, so if I go to header, then what I have done here in my school theme is I'm using the WP list pages function to then call navigation items that I have set as utility using custom fields. Custom fields we'll talk about down the road. It's just one way of, it's using a taxonomy type system where you can use key value pairs. For my main navigation, my main menu in my school theme, let's see, I am, well, this is going to be long and complex. I'm basically using a custom for each loop that I am using, well, it's pretty long-winded. I'll just say it like this. I'm using the WP list pages function, which then will go and grab all pages. And then remember how we ordered pages with the numbers? It will display it using that. The more common way of doing it now is that in your main menu system, if I want to call my main menu, the newer function that we will be using when you actually create your own theme is going to be the newer WP nav menu function. That function accesses then menus that you set up here. So for instance, if I am looking at the main menu function, right? WP nav menu, theme location, main menu. So it is going and accessing what I set up here as main menu. Does that make sense? So we're going to do the same thing in our WordPress install that we're doing. If we go back to, if we go back to my Spring 16, and we go back to the dashboard, and I go to Appearance and say Themes, and go back to 2015, activate, right? If I look at its function, so again, if I go to header, get sidebar, I think it's probably in sidebar. I have to dig for it for a second. There it is. It is using WP nav menu, theme location, primary. So it's looking for the primary menu, right? So if we then go and say, okay, what's our primary menu? We haven't set one up. So we can create a new menu. So if I say menu name, main menu, and I create it, I can add menu items from the column on the left, contact, about, blog, portfolio, websites, print, logos, add to menu. And then I can say, I want about here. I want portfolio. I want websites to be a subpage of portfolio. I want print to be a subpage of portfolio, logos, etc. And I can say save menu. But then I go back to visit my site and what? Where is it? One last step. Because the theme is looking for primary menu, we have to do a game of pin the tail on the donkey, or a game of match, where we then go back to menus and we say, this is our main menu. Why isn't it showing up? So how many of you have ever, you probably haven't, but let's say it like this. You are going to experience, I activated a new theme, why does my menu look funny? Mark, do you understand? You understand what I'm saying, right? It's because every time you activate a new theme, you may have to go and play match in terms of primary menu. So this theme has two menus that it's coded out, primary and social. So if I created a new menu called main menu, I then have to say the primary menu that the theme wants to use the menu that I set up as main menu. Does that make sense? Who's confused? You'll trip over it, you'll trip over it, you'll trip over it, you'll trip over it. So if I save changes, one way, shape, or form, thanks for playing along, Anna, on it. Again, it's coded as primary menu. The one we've set up as main menu, right? So if I save changes then, and we go back to visit site, here's my menu now. If I go back to the dashboard and then say appearance, themes, activate my old demo or my demo that I built for this class, and go back to the site, it looks like this. So this is what I'm talking about you will experience. So every time you activate a new theme, it is possible that you are going to have to go back into the dashboard and play the game of match where you go to menus, and now that I have that my theme set up, my theme is looking for WP nav menu, theme location, main menu. So it's going to get even more complex here. I open my functions file and I'm registering menus. In other words, I've registered main. Therefore, it says main right there. I have to then say main menu equals main, save changes, visit site, and now my menu is working. That will frustrate the ever-living you fill in the blank out of you. Who can see that that's going to frustrate you? Or at least you're never going to 100% understand that. Notice my hand is going up right now, right? That's one of those things that if you're, right, you're just going to be like, whoa, man, whoa, I understand. Oh, now I don't. Oh, wait, I understand it again. No, I don't understand it. It's a real kind of matrixy type thing that, seriously, it is, right? Don't think, in other words, don't think about it too hard. Yep, we're still using the screen. So, name my menu. So again, here is, so in the screenshot here, right? This is why I went back to using the 2015 theme, is because in the 2015 theme, just like what I told you, in their functions file, they are saying primary and social, right? Which then equals primary menu, that then if you set up main menu, you have to match main menu to primary menu. but why was it saying primary menu and not just primary? That's where the 100% understanding thing kind of boggles me a little bit. Not been able to wrap my head around it, but that doesn't stop me from charging $11 billion per project. So again, just go ahead and create a menu of your name that you want to, and whatever theme you're, so here's how I created it then. Again, whatever, so I'm going to go back and, like I said, activate my 2015, activate it, and once I do that, hopefully it should have saved it. But if I go to menus, manage locations, right? Again, why doesn't that say primary? Because my other one said main. I have no idea on it. I don't know. I don't know. I don't want to think about it too hard.
Yeah.
All I know is that I've created a menu called main menu. And I want it to show up in the primary menu slot, shoebox. So I do that. And when I do that and save changes, there it is. And then there's my pink, in honor of Bree, there is my pink word. That's what it was. Why is the video call always ending on me? That's the thing. Aha! I got that on video, didn't I?
Does it time out if it doesn't hear any sound for a while?
I don't know.
Like
It
if
timed
it's
out on me.
time?
That's the thing.
Maybe hears silence and goes, oh, and call.
Yeah, okay, Maria, I figured it out. What's happening? Because when I set this thing out, it ends call on me all the time. So the network is ending my call, I think.
Maybe it times out after an hour.
It shouldn't. It's not supposed to. Google will allow me to record for 8 hours. Figured it out.
Ding.
Ding. That's what's happening. So Maria, I'm going to send you an email here pretty soon, and you're going to read it and then listen to this. So, hi Maria. You're awesome. See you later.